Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily G, and if you haven't been here before, I'm really excited to be back after all the Halloween craziness. I just feel like I was so consumed by doing those makeup looks for Halloween, and I'm just ready to be back to normal videos for November. The year is coming to an end, and I don't know, it's just like a weird time of year. Let me know down below if you guys like feel weird around the fall time. I feel like it's just kind of like a sensitive type of time because I'm definitely feeling that way. But today I'm so freaking excited. You guys obviously saw the title of this video, talking about the Tati Beauty Volume 1 palette. The actual name is not on here. It's called like the Textured Neutrals. Yeah, Textured Neutrals Volume 1 palette from Tati Beauty. And I think I said this in a vlog or in another video that I was actually watching her launch video, and then I just like went on to the website just to like check it out. I didn't really know when it was launching exactly, and I went on there and it was like launched 10 minutes ago, and I was like, holy shit, I'm on the page right when it's launched. Like, I need to buy this right now. So I got in line, I like checked out. I had to like wait. I had to wait a little bit to check out, but it was all smooth. I got my palette and I was like, oh my god, and then it was sold out. So I'm so happy I have it because I wanted to do this video for you guys. I haven't done first impressions in so long, and I used to do them a lot, and I really do love them, but honestly I just haven't been as into like new makeup that comes out because I feel like there's so much that comes out nowadays that it really has to be a standout product for me to be able to get excited and want to try it out. And this palette is definitely that item for me. I don't think I have been this excited for a makeup item in a very long time. I love Tati. I've been watching her channel for years. I've been watching her channel for years and years, and she is probably the one person I go to for full recommendations, and a lot of the products that I use today are because of her recommendations, and I just think she's such a genuine person. I think I said in the vlog also when I was watching her launch video, besides the whole launch part, just her message in general in that video literally gave me the chills. I was like, I love this woman so much. I can just read her through a camera, how genuine and real and how much she really loves makeup and what she does. So enough ramble about my love for Tati, but let's get into the actual palette first impression / review. I'm going to be doing my eyes on camera with you guys first, and then I'll probably like finish up my face and then come back with my final results just so this video is not too long. And I also have to leave for a shoot very soon, so I need to be ready quickly. This is the palette. It says Tati Beauty on the front, and then it has the little volume 1 in the corner. Same thing on the side, and I love this kind of concept because she said that she's going to follow this concept through and through with her palettes, so you can start stacking them on top like books, and I just think that's beautiful. This is a palette I would definitely have on display on those back shelves there, and I just really like the idea of it. Nice, sleek, simple packaging. I feel like packaging kind of gets cheesy nowadays because people try and do all these fun new things, metallic glitter, all this crazy stuff, and this is definitely like my vibe. I will say this palette's actually a little bit smaller than I thought in person, but I love the size of it, and it is very heavy in a good way. It is like a nice weight to it. This feels expensive. It just feels good, because when you kind of see it online and in camera, I feel like it just looks like a nice cardboard thin palette like any other palette you would buy, but this definitely feels heavier. When you open the palette, there's all my lighting. You have a giant mirror. This is probably the biggest mirror I've ever seen. I'm actually not one to use mirrors in palettes, so they don't really bother me whether there is one or isn't, but I know a lot of people want a mirror in their palette, and this is definitely a high quality, nice, full-size mirror. And then here are all the eyeshadows. So I'm not going to go through and swatch everything, because if you want to do that, I would suggest just watching Tati's release video, because obviously she knows more and more about this actual product. I'm just here to actually use it on my eyes and test it out a normal person would using it. Thought in this palette is amazing. I absolutely love how it's set up. You have your matte row, you have your sequin row, you have your metallic row, you have your glitter row, and then these are the shades. So you have 6 shades within 4 different formulas, and I just absolutely love it. They're all so different, but it just makes it really easy to look at. It's pleasing to the eye. The glitters look just incredible. I know a lot of people have been freaking out about this sequin formula because it's like nothing else. It's like a matte shadow, but with sequins in there. It's like matte formula, but sparkly at the same time. What I think is funny when an influencer or YouTuber or anyone launches a palette, they always have like these big reveal launch videos, of course. So then when other YouTubers or myself want to do reviews or anything, I feel like I don't even need to do like the full reviews to watch everything because you guys have already seen that. Unlike if like Tarte launched a palette, they don't do like a whole launch video for one palette. So that's something where people want to touch and play and see everything for themselves on a channel like mine. So I don't want to go too in depth on like the whole product and all of that because you guys, I would just suggest watching Tati's video, but I want to use it just like I said, just as a normal person, as a normal consumer, see what kind of look I come up with, see what formulas I really like, what might not work as well for me, how to apply them, the colors that I am calling for the most, and then like just a final look for you guys to see. So let's get started. I'm gonna zoom you guys closer in to my eyes and we'll get going. Also, my dream is to have my makeup setup like Tati's, or not my makeup setup, but my filming setup, her lighting. I just don't get it. My lighting has like been really sucky lately, so I apologize, but I would love to have a filming setup like hers. It's just like, I don't know, it's just so much more amazing. Okay, I'm gonna prime my eyes using Tarte Shape Tape, just taking a tiny bit. You guys know I always prime my eyelids with a concealer. It's just the way I do it. I've never used like eyeshadow primers. I feel like concealer is much better because I really want to hide all my veins first anyways. I put that fake tanner stuff on in my lotion yesterday, like the Isle Paradise product, so my skin's looking a little bit colored but like a little bit patchy at the same time. I have like a love-hate relationship with that product. Okay, so the first shade I'm going to dip into is Aura in the matte formula. This is like the creamy kind of shade in here, and I'm going to take this to set my eyelids down. This definitely has quite a bit of pigment in it, and it also is a little bit powdery in the pan, but that does not bother me, but just want to give you guys all the information. I hate this brush. I always do this whenever I set my eyelids. I always need to take like a matte shade or just like a translucent face powder to set everything and just have a nice base to blend eyeshadows on top of. I have always done this. It's just my favorite way to do it. And I'm now realizing I need to do my eyebrows. It's definitely powder in the pan. This is such like an easy shade. It's kind of hard for me to say like yes or no to it, but yes, it worked for what I needed it to work for. Next, I'm gonna go into a fluffy crease brush and I'm gonna dip into Soothe, which is the most neutral, lighter tone brown in the palette. I'm using the matte formula again, and I'm gonna start blending this into my crease. These mattes are kind of powdery, so I do suggest kind of tapping off your brush once you load it up. And I know Tati said that in a video as well, and I completely agree. But they're blending out super easily. I mean, nothing difficult here, nothing weird, nothing patchy. Okay, so I just kind of built that shade up in my crease kind of lightly, and I really like the tone of it. It's just such a nice neutral brown. So next I'm going to dip into Story, which is the orange shade in the palette, with a smaller fluffy crease brush. These brushes are all from Morphe, and I'm going to blend this in the crease as well, just a tiny bit, but I just want to add a little bit more warmth and color. Kind of sticking to the more outer corner of my eye, but just kind of lightly adding that in. You can see how much warmer it is making it. I think a lot of like normal day-to-day makeup wearers get scared of like an orange shade, but really adding a little bit of these like warmer rusty shades into neutral browns, I think just like enlivens a makeup look. It just stands out so much more without thinking like she has so much color on her eyes, and I think that's really cool. So next I'm going to build up the outer corner, and I'm going to take a flatter brush and I'm going to dip into Ritual, which is the more dark chocolatey brown. Still using the matte row. I've been using all the mattes so far just to kind of get my base of the eye going. You guys know I'm a matte eyeshadow girl. I normally never really play with shimmer too much, but obviously today we will. So I'm going to start packing this on the outer corner of our eye, or outer half of our eye. That literally went on so perfect. You guys, I'm not kidding. I'm also working on the back of my hand. I always kind of do that. I mentioned that in my mermaid video. I just like to work off the back of my hand. This is definitely my favorite matte shade so far. You know what's good about this shade is it's not too intense to where you put it on and you're like, oh shoot, what do I do now? It's literally just adding the color in perfectly and still has that richness to it, but also so easy to use. Like, this is amazing. I'm kind of like pushing it into my crease a little bit. Oh, this is so pretty. I really want to use the Aura Sequin shade and kind of do it like a lighter half of my eye. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to take the same exact brush and go back into Story, which is the orange matte shade, and kind of blend this in the middle part of my eye to kind of mesh the darkness into when we apply the aura. This is a Jaclyn Hill tip I always used to use. It's just kind of adding in those lighter fade colors, because otherwise you'd be backing up the light aura shade right next to Ritual, which is that dark deep shade, and it might just be harder to blend. So kind of blending before and adding that like transition makes it a lot easier. I'm also blending above to add that warmth coming out from the top. It's nice too because I haven't done my face yet. I'm kind of being a little bit more messy than I normally would be, and that just makes it easier to do your makeup, and I think it ends up turning out a lot better. I'm going to dip into Aura in this sequin formula, and I have acrylic, so I just don't know if I can do it with my finger, but let's do it anyways. Oh, it's so pretty. I feel like it's gonna be so hard to pick up on camera. There's like the prettiest reflect in there. I'm gonna pat this on the inner half of my eye. Oh my god. You see how pigmented that is? I actually was not expecting that to be so pigmented, because it is, like I said, like kind of like a matte type of shade. I'm gonna use this flatter brush to get in there a little bit more. If I didn't have acrylics, I would be able to use my fingers perfectly fine, but kind of get in the way. Just gonna push that in there. I'm also gonna put this on my brow bone. Gosh, I didn't do that. Just going back in with this fluffy brush and kind of blending it out. Shade's really beautiful. This is the kind of shade I would use on my lids all on its own. On like a kind of natural makeup day, I would pack this Aura sequin shade all over my lids with lashes and I'd be good to go. I will say it's kind of hard to blend. Not hard to blend like the actual formula, but with the look that I'm doing, because these are all matte and then this is kind of like matte with shimmer. I feel like it's harder. I feel like you'd be better off just using like metallic or glitter to get that effect that you want, rather than putting this glitter in here. So I used this shade on the inner corner, but I'm going to want to top it with these anyways to add that sparkle. So you really didn't need to put the sequin down, because it is more of like that matte finish if you want to go for that like end really sparkly inner corner look. I would probably use these sequin shades when I'm just kind of using them on their own, or Tati said they're great to like if you have trouble blending other stuff out to use those, and that makes more sense to me. But if you're going to be going into the metallic and glitter, I feel like I'm just going to stick to the metallic and glitter, because obviously those are like more intense of that shininess that we want. I'm going to swatch the Aura glitter just to see what I'm working with. So it definitely has like more, like it has almost like a turquoise in it. Ready? Oh, that's so pretty. It is literally just true glitter. I think we're gonna pack that on the inner corner for sure. So I'm gonna just take the same finger, dip in there. She says you just need to like press it. It's a really weird texture. It's hard to explain. It's literally just like a pressed glitter. And I'm gonna tap this on the inner corner. And then I'm going to kind of tap it and pull it outward, but not too far, just to kind of blend the glitter outward. That is so fun! I never wear glitter on my eyes. This is so fun. I'm going to go back in with this little shade to grab a little bit of the glitter, which picked up really nicely on a brush. Sometimes I feel like it wouldn't. And touch up my inner corner just because I can't reach. The brush is actually applying this really nicely as well. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop there for the eyes now. I wish you could see. Can you see the colors better, like if I turn my lights down? I know my camera's just so messed up, but So I'm gonna go finish off my face now before I do the lower lash line and kind of touch up the top. It's kind of what I like to do. I like to start with my eyes and the base, and then I'm gonna finish up my face and go back and touch up, add darkness, add dimension, and then do my lower lash line, lashes, and all of that. So I will be right back with my full face done and finish off the eyes. Okay guys, I am back with my face done, looking a lot better than before. And my eyes, you can tell like how much better. Obviously the eyes look a lot better once your other makeup is done, and I am so happy with it. The glitter in person is so much more reflective than you can imagine. Like I'm looking in the mirror past the camera and it's literally just dancing on my eyes, and I'm just in like studio lighting. I mean, I have like a ring light and my vanity lighting, nothing really that crazy. This outside or this like at a nighttime event with like cool lighting in the room would make your eyes reflect like no other. I'm so excited. And I also decided I have a formal to go to with my boyfriend on Thursday. So I think I'm gonna like do a get ready with me for date night or get ready with me for a formal. I'll film it prior to that because I'll be getting ready up where he goes to school, but I'll film it here. And I want to do a look using all of those darker shades. Memory. So Memory is this last row with the black and the sequin black shade, and then more of like a metallic blue and glitter. So I want to do like a really deep smoky eye because I think that's what I'm going to do for the formal. And I'll film that for you guys because I definitely want to test those shades out and use that glitter and like do crazy blown out smoky eye. Just taking this pencil brush from Morphe, and first I'm going to dip into Story. Sorry, Story is the orange shade. Tap off excess on my hand and just smoke this on the lower lash line. I'm going to do this a little bit heavier. Really make sure you're smoking it into that outer corner and blending it up to those other shadows. Looks a little crazy now because it is that orange shade. This does look really cool though. So I'm going to take a flat definer brush, something like this, and I'm going to dip into the Ritual shade, which is the dark brown, and kind of use this to define and press into my lash line. I'm not going to smoke this out as much. It's going to kind of add a gradient effect into the Story shade. I also am a big fan of using eyeshadows to define the eyes instead of eyeliner. This is kind of acting like an eyeliner, but it's just dark brown shadow. I just love the more smoky, blown out type of look. Just like that. You can see how much more defined my lower lash line looks now. I do want to add a little bit of black to the outer corner because we have that dark shade. I just want to add like a little bit more intenseness to the very outer corner of our eyes. But first, I am going to dip back into Ritual, the dark brown shade, and just kind of reapply to the outer corner just to touch up after we did the glitter and everything. This is also kind of like, I would say it's a Jaclyn Hill trick, is just going back into your makeup. And because while you're doing your other makeup, I mean, the makeup tends to fade because you're touching, you're playing around, you're moving things, and it's always important to go back. I will say I'm very curious to see how this glitter shade lasts, because that would suck if it just started all coming down under my eyes and being super glittery under here. That's one of my worst pet peeves with any shimmer shadows. I just feel like they end up getting really messy and not staying in place, and I hate when there's just like glitter everywhere. So I will update you guys with the whole glitter thing probably in my next video I use this palette in, which will be like really soon because I might film that either tonight or tomorrow. Okay, now to add the black shade, I'm going to take the Morphe M506, which is a tiny little brush, and I'm going to dip into Memory, which is the black. I've heard a lot of good things about this black shadow. Working off the back of my hand again, and I'm going to tap this like on the outermost part of my eye, just kind of tap. You'd be surprised by adding just these little final touches what it does. You can see how much more defined the outer corner looks now. I think our eyes are pretty much done. I'm going to quickly apply mascara, curl my lashes, apply mascara, and do my lips really quick. And I will be back to kind of tell you my final thoughts and show you the completed look. So this is the completed makeup look. I just finished off my lashes and lips, and I am truly obsessed. My camera's definitely washing out all these colors and just all the texture that's going on right now, but it is absolutely beautiful, and I'm definitely getting a new camera very soon for the new year to kind of be able to show you what's really going on right now, because this is incredible. It's so pretty. It was so easy to use, and I could do this look so fast, and it's like looks full glam. Anyone could do this. As Tati even said, that this is for everyday woman. This is for anyone, you know, and I just love that so much. So give this palette a giant thumbs up, which I knew I would, and I don't think it's much of a surprise, but I definitely want to try some more shades in here. I might want to use that plum shade, those darker shades. Like I said, I'm going to film that for you guys soon, so stay tuned if you guys want to see more makeup looks using this. That is it. Let me zoom out because I feel like you're not getting the full vibe of everything. This is everything and more. Everything and more. I'm so happy. This is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up down below, as well as hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified every time I upload. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.